From the very first day Michael entered St. Mary's Secondary School, everybody already knew him as Trouble. He was tall, stubborn, always with unbuttoned uniform, and the type that never respected anybody. He fought, he argued with teachers, and he was always punished. On the other hand, Ada, the only daughter of the English teacher, was the opposite. She was neat, gentle, always with her books, and she never got into trouble. Teachers loved her, students respected her, but life has its ways of joining two people that are not supposed to meet. One hot afternoon during break time, Michael was playing football inside the school compound, even though it was not allowed. The ball mistakenly hit Ada and her foot fell to the ground. "Are you blind?" Ada shouted, dusting her skirts. Michael looked at her, ready to insult, but then he paused. For the first time, he noticed her fine eyes. "Sorry, no vex," he said softly. That day, for the first time, Michael did not fight back. Ada was surprised. From that day, Michael started watching Ada. Sometimes he would help her carry her books secretly. Sometimes he would chase away boys that disturbed her. Ada did not want to talk to him at first. "You are a bad boy. My father will kill me if he sees me with you," she always said. But slowly, she discovered that behind his roughness, Michael had a soft heart. He told her about his life. His father left, his mother sells akara to train him, and nobody ever believed he could be good. For the first time, Ada felt pity for him, and pity slowly turned to friendship. One Saturday, the school organized an excursion to the museum. Students were paired into groups. By luck, or maybe by fate, Ada and Michael ended up in the same group. When the bus broke down on the way, some students began to complain. Michael took charge, calming everybody and even fixing the tire with the driver. Ada was shocked. She looked at him in a new light. So this boy can actually do something useful? That day, Michael sat beside her on the bus and they laughed like old friends. People started to notice. News spread like wildfire. Ada, the teacher's daughter, is throwing Michael, the troublemaker. Other girls started mocking Ada. Teachers warned her. Her father even called her at home one night. "Ada, I will never allow you to disgrace me with that boy. Stay away from him." Ada cried. She tried to stop talking to Michael, but her heart refused. One day, during exams, a boy tried to cheat by passing answer to Ada so that teachers would think she was involved. If caught, Ada would be suspended. Before the invigilator came, Michael rushed and collected the paper. They caught him instead. "Michael again," the teacher shouted. "Always cheating, always useless." They suspended him immediately. Ada cried. She knew Michael saved her, but she could not tell anybody. After exams, Ada went to Michael's house. She saw his mother frying akara. Michael sat quietly, reading a book. "Why did you do it?" she asked. Michael smiled. "Because you are the only person that believed I can be better. Even if your father and the whole school hate me, I will always protect you." Tears dropped from Ada's eyes. In that moment, she knew their love was something deeper than school gossip. When Michael got suspended, many students in St. Mary's clapped in excitement. "Good riddance," one boy shouted. "That riffraff is finally gone," another girl said. But for Ada, it was the opposite. She lost sleep, she couldn't eat. Anytime she saw Michael's empty seat in class, her heart pained her. At home, her father noticed. "Ada, why are you always moody these days?" "Nothing, Papa," she whispered. 3 weeks later, Michael returned. He came back with his rough bag on his shoulder and his eyes shining with determination. But something about him had changed. He was quieter, he stopped fighting, he even started answering questions in class. Some students laughed. "Michael the bad boy is now pretending to be a saint," but Ada knew it wasn't pretense. During break, she whispered to him, "Why are you suddenly calm?" Michael looked at her and said, "Because I want to prove them, and to you, that I am not useless." Ada smiled. That day, for the first time, she held his hand in public. Whispers filled the corridor like wildfire. That night, Ada's father saw her laughing on the phone. He snatched it from her hand. "Who are you talking to?" he barked. Ada froze. Michael's name was on the screen. Her father's face changed. "If I ever catch you with that boy again, you will leave this house. Do you hear me?" Ada burst into tears. She tried to beg, but her father stormed out. Weeks later, the school held a cultural night. Students wore native attire, sang songs, and danced. Michael wore a simple white senator, while Ada dressed in a beautiful Ankara gown her mother sewed. They tried to avoid each other, but destiny pushed them together. While Ada was dancing on stage, Michael's eyes never left her. After the event, they met secretly at the back of the hall. Ada's eyes were wet. "My father will kill me if he sees us together." Michael held her hand. "Then let's prove to him that I can change." At that moment, Ada's father appeared from the shadows. He had been watching. The next morning, in front of the whole school, Ada's father stood during assembly. "My daughter will never have anything to do with a criminal like Michael," he shouted. "Stay away from her or I will make sure you never finish school." Students gasped, Ada's face burned with shame. Michael clenched his fist but said nothing. That day, gossip spread faster than ever. Ada became the topic of the entire school. Instead of fighting, Michael shocked everyone. He became even more serious. He stopped hanging with his old friends, stopped breaking rules, and even joined the debate team. When he won his first debate, the whole hall clapped. Ada's father was forced to look at him differently, but pride would not allow him to admit it. Ada, watching from the crowd, smiled through tears. She knew Michael was fighting not just for himself, but for their love. Chike had always been jealous of Michael for years. He tried to get Ada's attention with his neat uniform, polished shoes, and sharp English, but Ada never looked at him twice. When he saw that Ada's heart was tilting towards Michael, anger grew inside him like fire. "This riffraff cannot come and take what belongs to me," he muttered to himself. So he began to plot. One Friday afternoon after school, Chike sneaked into Michael's locker and planted a small bag of Indian hemp inside. He even left a lighter in it so it would look real. On a Monday morning, during inspection, the teachers opened lockers randomly. Unfortunately, they opened Michael's own. "Jesus Christ," the teacher shouted, lifting the bag. "Michael, again? What is this?" The whole class erupted. "I told you he can never change. Bad boy for life." Michael's heart almost jumped out of his chest. He had never even seen the bag before. "It is not mine," he shouted. "Shut up," the teacher barked. "You are going to the principal's office immediately." Ada sat frozen, her body trembling. She knew Michael was innocent, but who would believe her? The principal, a tall man with thick glasses, looked at Michael with disgust. "Michael, this is the last straw. You are expelled from this school with immediate effect." Michael's word went blank. Expelled? Just like that? Ada's father, who had been called as a witness, shook his head. "I warned you, useless boy like you never change. Stay away from my daughter forever." Michael wanted to cry, but he swallowed his tears. He looked at Ada, who was standing by the door. Their eyes met, and she burst into tears. That night, Ada could not sleep. Something in her spirit told her Michael was innocent. The next day, she confronted Chike in the corridor. "Chike, tell me the truth. Did you put that thing in Michael's locker?" Chike smiled. "So what if I did? At least, now you will see who really loves you." Ada's eyes widened. She pulled out her small phone and quickly recorded his confession. Chike did not notice. During assembly the next morning, where all the students and teachers were gathered, Ada suddenly stepped forward. "Excuse me, sir," she shouted. The principal frowned. "What is it, Ada?" She raised her phone high. "I have proof that Michael is innocent." Gasps filled the air. Ada played the recording loudly. Everyone heard Chike's voice clearly. "So what if I did? At least now you will see who really loves you." The whole school erupted in shock. Chike's face turned pale. Teachers dragged him to the front. The principal looked ashamed. "Michael, forgive us. You have been wrongly accused. You are hereby cleared of all charges." The students who once mocked Michael now clapped for him. Ada ran and hugged him tightly, right in front of everybody. But Ada's father was boiling with rage. He dragged her home after school. You embarrassed me in front of the whole school, hugging that boy like a shameless girl," he thundered. Tears ran Ada's cheek. "Papa, Michael is not who you think he is. He is kind, he is strong, and he loves me." Her father raised his hand to slap her, but her mother quickly held him back. "Leave the girl alone," her mother said. "She is growing and she knows what she wants." Ada's father stormed out, but deep in his heart, for the first time, he began to wonder if maybe, just maybe, Michael was not useless after all. One evening, as Michael was walking home, three rough boys from his old street gang stopped him near the junction. "Michael the scholar," one of them laughed. "We heard you are now forming sense. You have forgotten your guys, Abby." "I don't change," Michael said quietly. I no want trouble. The leader Kendo pushed him. You dey craze? You think bull go feed you? Come follow us, we get small job tonight. Michael shook his head and walked away. That night he knew his old life was calling him again. But he had Ada now and he couldn't disappoint her. 2 days later, during prep time, news broke that the school staff room was on fire. Everybody ran around shouting. Michael and a few boys rushed in to help. Flames were spreading fast. People screamed that some teachers' file and exam papers were inside. Without thinking, Michael ran inside through the smoke. He grabbed the file cabinet and pushed it towards the door, coughing hard. Suddenly, a wooden shelf fell on him. He shouted for help, and 2 teachers pulled him out just in time. His arm was badly burnt. Ada ran to him, crying uncontrollable. You could have died, she screamed. Michael smiled weakly. At least now, they will know that I'm not useless. When Ada's father heard what happened, he rushed to the hospital. He saw Michael lying weakly on the bed, bandage on his arm. For a long time, he stood silently. Then he said, my son, thank you for saving those files. Without them, the school would have been in trouble. Michael looked up in surprise. The man who once called him useless had just called him my son. Weeks later, Michael recovered and sat for his WAEC exam. He came out with the best result in St. Mary's history. The principal was proud. Ada's father shook his hand in public. Ada and Michael finished school together. On their graduation day, they stood under the mango tree where everything began. I told you I'll prove them wrong, Michael said, smiling. You did more than that. You changed your story, Ada said. He laughed softly. No, we changed it together. Never judge a person by their past. Sometimes all they need is one person to believe in them. Love can change even the roughest